Yeah.
We are slaves in this society, whether we know it or not. We don't have freedom. We have there's invisible chains on your arms. You live in a society, you participate in everything that goes on in life, then you can't say that you're a free person because you're being manipulated regardless of what you think.
And I know
And
the media manipulates people like it ain't nothing. The media
yeah,
is something else, man.
listen,
They
listen.
they the
To
cause a
say
lot of they'll cause a lot of this shit, man, that's going on in the world. Just my
now,
opinion.
if you were a person who didn't complain about the way that things are, okay, and you understand what you're doing and what you're a part of in this society, and you have no complaints, then hey, you're free. You just choose to do it. But when we have people on YouTube that make videos and they complain about what's going on in the world and the inequality and everything, and then you complain about it, but yet there's no way in hell you can complain because you're a part of it. So that just goes to prove that you ain't free because you're helping something to happen, but yet you're
Exactly.
complaining as if you had no part in it. Like
Exactly, man. I see a
you're
lot of I
you're a
see a lot of
slave.
I see a lot of race baiting going on. A lot of it.
Yeah,
And
yeah, you're a slave.
that's a
When you turn
huge
around
part
and
of the
put
problem.
videos up, when you turn around and put videos up, upset about the situation, I mean, you're still a slave, in my opinion, because you clueless to what the fuck you do every day. You know, we all are a part of this shit.
Exactly, man. A lot of race baiting causes these issues, and it gets blown out of proportion, man. It really does.
But what we can do is we can dialogue and we can understand that what's going on, like I'm saying, and realize what the media is doing and just ignore that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't buy into it. Um, and people are gonna say, well, these guys are still gonna do what they do. Listen, man, it's always gonna be inequality. It don't matter where you go. It's always gonna be inequality. It just is.
You're gonna always have that 99% and that 1%. That's
It's
how it's gonna
always
be,
gonna
man. That
be.
ain't gonna change.
At the end of the day, man, it's what you do in life. Okay, they
Exactly.
gonna separate the rich. They gonna separate the rich from the poor. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, you're not gonna be of the status of somebody who's rich. You know what I'm saying, or wealthy.
Exactly.
I've noticed that. You know what I mean? Like you're just not gonna be.
Yeah,
Um,
life
and
life just wasn't meant to be that way. If everybody was rich, I remember my mom told me this. She said if everybody was rich, you won't have nobody working.
yeah,
And I was like,
and
you're exactly right. Shit
and
wasn't designed to be that way.
another thing is that people have to realize that. Look, man, you get the bad hand in life. I mean, everybody has their problems. Whether you rich people had a problem that they got to deal with their ways. They got to deal with all the pressure of being rich. You don't think you really want that problem? People
Yeah.
complain because they unequal and
People
they
people
don't
suing
have
you.
what another person
People
has
people
or
suing you, trying to steal from you, rob you. They got a
like.
lot of fucking problems. Trust
Listen,
me.
at the end of the fucking day, do you really want that? Do you really want the pressure and the stress of being an evil motherfucker that has to that you have to maintain a status and you got to be on your toes all the time and like simple shit like and they're like I'm pretty sure people are like yeah you just trying to get me to be a broken motherfucker. At the end of the day, it don't mean nothing. None of this shit means nothing.
But
It
a
really
lot of
don't.
check this out. A lot of people that's rich, unless you're a trust fund baby, you had to do some real wicked shit. Let's just keep it real. You had to do some real wicked shit to get rich. Unless you were just born a
Right.
trust fund baby. You
Well,
done did
well,
some you did some
and
wild shit to get that money.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this before some jackass puts a video up to say it, cause I know what they're gonna say. They're gonna be like, "Oh, well, if you got money, man, you're gonna be healthier. You get access to this, and you get access to doctors and all this other bullshit, and you get massages, and you get whatever you want in life, and you can live a longer life." And that's not necessarily true, man. So
Nah.
don't even put the video out. I'm gonna go ahead and call it out before you even do it, because fucking Native Americans, they didn't have all that shit. They lived in the woods. Them motherfuckers lived to be 100 and something years old. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So just because you got money doesn't mean you live longer. Uh, because you got money, you can destroy your body and you can live longer than other people who destroy their body. Yeah,
Exactly, man. You
but
put the wrong shit in there, drugs, alcohol, you be
yeah,
checking out quick.
yeah, you can do that. I mean, you can live longer and destroy your body and still live longer. But if you want to be healthy, there's a hell of a lot more ways. You got to get the hell away from the society, which is still possible, man. There's a lot of land. There's a lot of land around that nobody's even fucking. I mean, go up to fucking. I know people hate to say it, but go. You can go somewhere where there ain't nobody at. And if you really want to live a healthy lifestyle and grow your own food and shit, I mean, fuck. I
Exactly,
mean,
cause
if you
all this
want to,
shit, man, you know they putting chemicals in all the shit we eating now.
I mean, people talk about the country, other countries, how bad they are. Man, it's bad anywhere you go. I mean, it just depends on what you consider to be bad. I mean,
Hey man, I love America. Ain't no better country than me. I
I
love
hear
my,
what you're saying.
I
I hear
love my country.
what you're saying.
I
But
wouldn't leave.
at the same time, people complain about this country worse than any other country. So I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, if you're gonna complain, hey, it's other countries out there where you can get away from society and be in the desert somewhere, in the woods somewhere, away from people. And hey, like it's like people that complain about how much they get paid. Nobody put that pen to your hand, told you to sign that contract.
Yep, you can
Hey,
always make a
if you don't like
switch.
that shit, then go to another then get your own job, open up your own business.
Hey, it's just like a marriage. You don't like that marriage, and you can always get a divorce, move on to something else.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Same with
and
the
like I
job.
said, people gonna listen to this video and try to debunk everything I'm saying and
Oh yeah,
all this other bullshit.
you know the haters gonna hate. That's what they do. Like Cat Williams State, they own their motherfucking job, 9 to 5 hating. They got the hate, so you know they coming
Yeah.
with some hate.
I mean, you're not gonna find any peace in your life, and this is the truth of the matter. At the end of the day, you're not gonna find any peace in your life until you find humbleness. That's just all it is to you. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you are, until you release yourself and stop being a person that has to have everything their way and
And
they're
bro,
right.
and bro, people ain't
Nobody
trying
can't
to
tell
be
you.
humble. You
Yeah,
hit the nail on the head. A lot of shit can be avoided, and
listen.
lives can be better if people were
You,
humble.
yeah,
Humble.
you can't tell these cats nothing on
Nothing.
YouTube. Don't get me wrong, man. I could be that way sometimes too, but it. Think about when you complaining and shit. You can't tell the people nothing. You can't tell them shit. And what I always do is I always tell people this: look, I can't tell you nothing. Go ahead and do what you gonna do. Do what you want to do, and see how that shit works out for you. And if it's been working out for you, then why the fuck you complaining? It's not working out for you, so keep doing what you're doing, and tell me and let me know how it works out for you. That's why I tell people, man.
Always be humble. There's a lot of
Yeah,
situations, man, in my
always be
life. I could
humble.
have lost my life, but you know what saved it? Being humble. Shit, it might not be the
We
proper way.
listen. We all gotta to be. You know what I'm saying? We all on the same social class. I mean, as far as like here on YouTube, most of these guys on YouTube, we all on the same financial. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of broke ass people on YouTube too, man. I'm not completely broke. I mean, I'm not rich either. I get by, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, we all pretty much on the same economic, uh, thing here on YouTube. It's like I said, except for some of these guys who, you know, they probably work for somebody else or some shit. But
Hmm.
look, man, anybody can own their own business, man. It's not that hard, man. And I know plenty of black business owners, man. It is what it is, and they do good. They do the same as me. I mean, some of them even do a little better than me. So that's all I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about today. I'm not concerned about, you know what I'm saying, like trying to be this person. I mean, you could be dead tomorrow. You know, you ever heard that gospel song, One Day at a Time?
One day at a
Hey,
time.
that's all we can do
You
is
gotta take
one
it.
day at a time.
Gotta take it one day at a time, man.
Hey, look, just get me through the day. Let me perform the way that I can perform today. Let me do what I can do today and do it right. And then do the same thing tomorrow, man. Like